It's another brand new day. Good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Economic Hour on ELBC Radio. This program is brought to you, sponsored by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. My name is Vafli Kamara, your presenter for Economic Hour on ELBC Radio and other radio stations, including OKFM in Monrovia, Classic FM in Kakatama, Gibi County, Super Bongis, Radio Banga in Bangabong County, Radio Gompa in Nimba County, Ganta, and a host of other community radio stations across the country. On this program, we talk development, look at various sectors with connection to the economy overall, how they are making impact, advancement of the Liberian society and government's progress as well. This morning, first of all, let me just recap of last week. Last week, we had Mr. Louis Tugba, the founder of the Versatile Vocational Training Center. He was here as my guest, and we talk about TVET, Technical and Vocational Education. We place the spotlight on TVET, the way government can develop and expand that sector and all that. But this morning, we are placing the spotlight on plastic waste management in general. And one sector or one organization that is doing extremely well with plastic waste management is the Evergreen Recycling Institute. This institution has been around for years, and the Chief Executive Officer John Smith will be here as my guest on Economic Hour to talk about the waste management as a whole and what this institution is doing, to advance that sector and what kind of help government can or kind of investment government can make to ensure that waste management is given a priority and is taken seriously like other sectors. We are taking a very short break to be back as I with my guest on Economic Hour this morning on ELBC Radio. Welcome back to Economic Hour on ELBC Radio. Like I said, this program is brought to you by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. And this morning, I will play host to Mr. John Smith, the CEO of Evergreen Recycling Institute, an organization involved with waste management in Liberia. Now, let's understand a little bit about recycling. Or waste management. Right now we are having a lot of plastic waste in the country, and everything. It seems everything that we do, we have to do with plastic. But the proliferation of plastic in the environment is a danger. Is a danger to the environment, and John will weigh in on that. But what can we do to reduce plastic waste and to also not just reduce it, but to make maximum use of it? This is why organizations like Evergreen Recycling Institute they are present to ensure that as we take plastic from the environment, we make maximum use of it to also benefit us in another way. And I understand that plastic can also be used for fossil fuel. uh, petrol products and all that. But I've already been joined by John Smith, the CEO of Evergreen Recycling Institute, and not to waste any time. John, good morning. How are you? It's been a pleasure again to speak to you at this time.
Yeah, good morning, Fafle. Thanks for your hard work, and thanks. It's a pleasure for me being here again this morning.
Great. How's the organization?
Yeah, we are trying. I think we are moving on.
Okay.
We continue our recycling process. We'll continue to collect
You want
waste
to get closer
plastics.
to the mic? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we are passionate about our job. So okay. Thank you. We continue with what we are doing because we have passion for the environment and we have passion for plastic waste collection and recycling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now let's get a brief history of Evergreen. I know I've been to the center of for couple of times now.
Mhm.
Tell us, just give us a brief history where you started, what drove your passion to waste management and all that. When did it all start?
Yeah, it started with firstly with my high school education, especially in chemistry.
Okay.
Yeah, so we talk about butane, banting, yeah. So we try to pull it into practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in time for quizzing, talk about what is scientific name for plastic, but you say is polythene bag, all those. Yeah, so we share those funds and we try to pull it into reality because you don't want to graduate from high school or college and learning chemistry and at the end of the day you go back in the classroom to teach us in chemistry where you're making no impact, you're producing nothing. And so we decided to do a lot of research, especially in the area of plastic waste. So what we started to do first was to convert plastic waste into construction materials,
Okay.
like the wall block, pavement tide, and roofing tide. Yes. So after that, we start to extend our research into fossil fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start to dig up where plastic come from, how plastic is being made, and the raw material for producing plastic waste. And we get to realize that it was crude oil.
So it was whole new discovery by itself
Yes, for us. Yes.
to connect plastic waste to fossil fuel,
Sure.
to the production of fossil fuel.
Sure.
Wow.
So when we came to the realization that plastic come from fossil fuel, we said, but then I think we can break this down into smaller molecule and try to distill it into a fossil fuel.
Okay.
And we did that. We got a crude oil and we took it to EPA for testing. And then we came back. We got some sample of the fossil fuel. We carry fossil fuel and gasoline, some other products. We took it to EPA for testing. So it was back and forth in those situations. Yeah, back and forth with EPA until Nathaniel Blama at the time, help us in our process because we didn't pay a dime for testing. EPA honestly help us to carry on some of these processes. So who was successful with the product. Yeah, it came true. And again, another institution called
I mean, when you say successful, it means that it can be used by vehicles.
Yes.
Or generators.
It can be used in vehicle, it can be used in generator, it can be used whatever machine that use fossil fuel.
Okay. So what came first? The discovery first before procuring the equipment to distill, or having the equipment before distillation?
No, what we did was we created a prototype. Yeah, we didn't start purchasing equipment. So what we did was we fabricated our own kind of system, our own plant. So we did it on a small scale to see if what we are doing research on, it would be a reality. Yeah. So after it came true, it was where we started to scale up bit by bit to see if it can be used in vehicle. But that came about when EPA have already, giving us saying yes that this is fossil fuel, it's okay, it can be used.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, we didn't just stop there. EPA tend to back up. In fact, they needed to sign a contract with us. We started that process already. So it's still at EPA anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when EPA tested, it was successful.
Yes.
And what next?
What next? We started to do testing in vehicle, in generator to see, to get a how can we call it? That's just a report from the end user. How the fossil fuel is treating our vehicle, how it's treating the machines, and we also use it in our own vehicle. So we are a clear testimony to what we are saying here.
It didn't give your engine any hard time or something?
2 years now we've been using since we got our first vehicle. We've been using it in it 2 years plus almost 3 years, and now we have one pickup truck that we're also using it in. So it's real. It's real. It's a reality in those stuff. Yeah,
it's accepted.
Yeah, and apart from that, it is not only us doing this. We get to understand that even in Brazil, in Germany, in other countries like China, they're also doing the same thing too. So it is not only us here. I think we just try to discover it from our own end, but it been in existence, honestly. Okay.
Yeah. So how do you collect these plastics?
Okay.
I know plastic might be very cheap in Liberia. Do you buy them?
Yeah, we buy the plastic.
You buy the plastic, but they are all wasted around town.
Yeah, that is true. But you see, we decided to create a circular economy. Yeah, especially in from plastic waste.
Okay. So do you have categories of plastic that you seek?
Sure.
Yeah.
We have 7 different kinds of plastic in our environment. Yes, and the 7 kinds of plastics, we can say we will recycle everything into different kinds of product. Okay. But it's just that our main focus is the diesel and the construction materials.
Okay.
Yes. So many of those plastics, they have the same chemical background, they have the same chemical compound, they have similar relationship. So you can blend, maybe like for example, the polypropylene plastic. Okay, let's say the rubber chairs.
Yeah.
I don't want to use a chemical name.
Yeah.
The rubber chairs, the gallons. The gallon is the HDPE.
Yeah.
Then you can also use the sachets, the common $500 water we can drink from.
Yeah.
That and the rubber gallon. They are the same family. And then the plastic bag too that women carry in. That is the LDPE too. The one that can put the coal in. The soft one. So all those plastics, you can blend them together,
and they will give you the same end result.
Yeah, they'll get the same end result. So for the PET, which is the water bottle, you don't blend that with the plastic that I just named. Yeah, because the PET comes from different family, I can say, from different chemical background.
But do they produce what you want?
No, they produce construction material. They behave like cement. Yes. So when we are producing the plastic bricks or the pavement tile, that is one that create the hardness. Yes. So it behave like cement,
Yeah.
Yeah. It gave the strength. It produced the strength for the construction material.
Okay.
Yes. So we also use 2 different kinds of plastic in producing the construction material too as well.
But do you produce the construction material?
Yeah, we produce pavement tile. We produce wall block. Yeah. In fact, we did a demo in our area. Almost 4 years now. The structure stays standing in the swamp because we did that. We did that with Habitat for Humanity to know that to know if corrosion or maybe some of these fungus that that affect the normal conventional bricks that is made from cement, if it's going to happen to the plastic bricks. But up to now, you can go in and check it up. It's stand with no corrosion, no fungal is getting on it. Yeah, it's still moving strong.
But the fact is, John, it would take time. It seems as if this has not been publicized to the extent. Right now, I tell you what, other countries the chargeable vehicles are the one taking over. And people they are commercializing this. They're selling it. They're selling the idea. But you plastic waste managers aren't doing enough to make Liberians understand that what we're producing, the fuel oil that we're producing from plastic, and they're also useful as the ones the regular petrol products. Yeah, you haven't done that to make people understand that.
No, honestly, it is the same thing. In fact, let me tell you one thing. The fuel oil from plastic waste, because I can say they come from the same mother, which is fossil fuel. So it's just like the fossil fuel came directly from from the crude oil, and then the plastic also came directly from the same crude oil. But what happened here was it went through another process before it could come to plastic waste. Before it could come to plastics. And then if we are recycling plastic into diesel, meaning we are doing double refinery. So what happened here?
That means you're taking it back to its its original
state.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happened now is that the carbon chain, right? So the emission level going to reduce. So let's take, for example, the fossil fuel that we produce. If you do the branding test as compared to the normal fossil fuel, you notice that the emission level for our own will be around 11 ppm, meaning the smoke it releases in the air is lesser than the normal fossil fuel,
than the
normal diesel, which is around 17 ppm.
Wow.
So we'll cut down the emission by 6 ppm. Yes. So that's a difference. So meaning it's far better for vehicle, in fact.
Is it that production is extremely low? This is why you're not popularizing this.
Yes, you are honestly right. So at this moment, we should be engaging EPA. Okay, you want to support us through purchasing, but now we cannot. Maybe we may not produce as to your need, right? Because initial conversation was around 940 gallons per month. Yeah, so
that's the production.
That is what EPA wanted every month.
So you are supplying EPA?
No, that was the initial conversation because they wanted us to get into a business.
Agreement.
That was another form of supporting us.
Yes,
because the more plastic we recycle,
and the more production that you.
The more production we carry out.
Yeah,
we will be consuming more plastic from the environment. So that is EPA concern. So
the
more we recycle, the more we produce fuel oil, the more we need plastic to do more.
And the more extraction you take from the extraction that you take from the environment, plastic extraction.
Yes. Yeah. So that is another form of support. So they were trying to support us in our form. But now, just what you said, the issue of capacity. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is
and how many of you in this business in Liberia?
For me, I know about myself for now, but we decide to extend our hand to other institutions too who are interested. Yes. So we're trying to extend our hand so others can do the same. So because we cannot do plastic is everywhere. Yeah, and our main objective is at least to mitigate the issue of plastic waste
from the environment.
Yes. So if we have other institutions who have interest in doing such, I think we are open up to helping them to establish some of those systems and things. Yes.
So currently, what's your production level?
We do 1 ton per day.
1 ton.
Yes. So the 1 ton per day, we're trying to increase it up to maybe 3 to 4 tons at least. Yeah, but it's expensive to construct or to build a system. So we are just purchasing those materials, all those parts, because we build it locally. So we have to purchase some of those stuff from Ego.
You mean the machinery?
Yes, the paralysis system. We call it paralysis system.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're purchasing some of those equipment at least that will be able to help us to start producing maybe from 3 to 4 tons at least per day.
So the current ton a day production that you do, where do you sell them?
Right now, only one customer can purchase all, in fact. So sometimes they do prepay. Yes. We have one counselor who also used to buy from us. He's in Banga. He's a county Anthony for, I think, Pon County or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have different people who come and buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the testimony like?
It been for the past year. It been okay. It been very, very beautiful. Yes.
John, let's look at the bigger picture in this sector. What are the benefits? What are the benefits in investing in waste management and transforming waste into fossil fuel, into diesel?
It comes with a lot of benefit, both direct and indirect benefits. So, in fact, it starts from plastic collections. Yes. So, if we are buying plastic from scavengers or maybe let's say other CBEs or
Yeah.
plastic waste collectors, they will be benefiting from us directly. Like
Yeah.
for example, Peace Island. We went to Peace Island community because of the mangrove in our place, the Congotan Peace Island. So we went there, we did an assessment, we noticed that a lot of plastic was, littering in the swamp, in the mangroves, place there in the swamp. So when we went there, we were able to purchase more than 4 tons of plastic from the community dwellers. And each ton costs around $15,000.
Wow.
Yes. And sometimes you see one family member bringing like 1 ton, another day you see another person bringing like 2 tons. So people benefited directly. Yes. And again, after we produce, because we also have people working with us, and those people too, they are directly benefiting. And so they get 1 or 2 stuff, and at the end of the month, so they are also benefiting too. And then those are buying to go and sell. We sell below the market price. So let's say, for example, the current price for fuel should be around $800. That is and then we're giving it to them for $600. So if you are selling at the rate of $750, you'll be getting maybe around like 150 LD on each gallon. So those who are also
so your the price for your fuel is lower than the regular fuel. But why did you do that?
We do that is because we want for it is the program also designed for low income earners.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So and we are locally producing, and it's profitable, to be honest. So other people need to benefit too as well.
You don't have a capacity to compete anyway.
Yeah. So you see.
Yeah.
They
say quick nickel is
better than slow down. Yeah. So you see, and at the end of the day, the environment is a benefit too. You see, so it comes with a whole lot of benefit. Yeah.
Wow. So I was looking at the bigger picture. What if you, not just you now, but all of you involved with this business, struck a partnership agreement with the city corporations, Pinsville, Monroeville, Bangor, Harper, and all these, because they deal directly with cleaning the city. And cleaning the city, what they take from the city, they are up waste, plastic waste especially. And these are things that you want. You want the waste. You want the waste. Yes. So if you enter that partnership with them, then you get the waste directly from the city corporations.
You see, it comes with a whole lot of benefits. Just what we're just saying here. It even helped to reduce the burden on government, to be honest. So let's agree, maybe we are producing, if we have an equipment that process maybe 10 tons or 20 tons per day. You know what happened? You're going to be employing a lot of people. And a lot of people are going to benefit. Because if you will need 10 tons per day to process, so meaning you will need more people in the field to collect the plastic waste. Yes, you will need more people. And the burden on the city government will reduce. Yes. So the amount of waste that are going to go to the landfill will be minimum, because it will be like organic, how can we call it? Let's just say
then it will not pollute the that particular environment.
Sure.
It will reduce smell.
It will reduce the smell, because plastic is the one that allow the dump site or the dump site to really stay long. Yeah, the lifespan of the dump site depends on the plastic waste, because plastic cannot degrade so easily.
But another challenge is you have limited recycling companies. You have more population, so production of the waste is more, and the recycling capacity of the waste is low. So there's a serious disconnect there. So even if you get the contract from the city corporations, you will not be able to absorb all of the plastic waste.
No, what happened here is we've been doing some assessment as to how many plastic litter every day. In fact, we just on the sachets plastics alone.
Yeah.
Because we learned from a report that I think from Citizens Alliance and stuff like that, that each person consumes the minimum of 6 bags per day.
6 bags?
Yes.
That means you drink 6 bags of water?
Yes, minimum per person.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe we are 1.5 million people in Monserrado. So if you multiply 6 by how can we call it, 6 million, right?
Yeah.
So you know how many plastic every day living in the environment?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you get the equipment, because if you get this, if you do the math, you get clear understanding about how many plastic is living in the environment every street corner, and then if you are purchasing equipment to help mitigate the plastic waste, you will have to get something that will absorb
Yeah.
that will absorb than the one that is living in the environment. So let's say, for example, if people consuming like maybe 2 tons of plastic waste per day,
Mm-hmm.
or 2 tons or 3 tons of plastic waste living in the environment every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to get machine probably like and process maybe 5 tons per day.
So okay, you name the chair, the plastic chair.
Yeah.
You say the bottle is not part of that family, but the sachets, yeah. So if you're dealing directly with the sachets, how many do you need to produce?
One
One
gallon.
gallon
Let's
of
just say
diesel.
1 gallon, right?
Yeah.
You need 7,500 pieces of that plastic
Of that
to give you
plastic.
1 gallon.
Wow.
Yes. So 7,500 pieces is equivalent to 5 kg, 5 kilograms.
Yeah.
Yes. And you have 1 ton is 1,000 kg. 1,000 kilograms give you 200 gallons of diesel.
I mean, that would be serious reduction in, in the environment.
Yes, that's what we're saying here. So for all
that alone, the plastic, the water plastic alone will give you, will give you diesel more fuel. Yes. You don't even have to depend on the plastic chair and all the other plastic that the people carry in the market to buy.
But in fact, there'll be more demand, because if you are just unique,
then the pressure will be on the water producers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, so you will start.
And it's a whole connection. I mean, it needs, and I think government can also leverage the opportunities therein to leverage, because it all comes with the benefit of reducing waste from the environment and cleaning the city.
Sure, because once you have the capacity to do so, honestly, we're not supposed to be complaining about plastic waste. If we get the equipment, what we need, if we get it in 1 or 2 years' time, I don't think you will see plastic loitering around. In fact, the value for plastic will go up. Now we are purchasing plastic for like 15,000 per ton. So if the value for plastic go up, maybe we'll start paying around like maybe $200 US and yeah, like that per ton. You know, instead of 15,000, you start going to 30,000. So at the end of the day, scavengers and who are collecting these plastics,
they get also livelihood.
Yeah, they'll have something better to.
And then there will be reduction or slight reduction in the importation of fuel.
Sure, that will also help, because probably government entities should benefit too. In fact, maybe if our in the capacity of the government, you suppose such project to help supply government vehicles.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is another way of supporting.
I mean, you don't have to go to, for example, Total or Connex.
Sure.
You don't have to give the contract to them. You give it directly to the locals.
Yes.
Local producers.
So when that happens, maybe government spending will also reduce from that point. You see that?
Because your sale is lower.
Yes.
Than those importing.
So that will also benefit, from the government, angle too as well. So it comes with a whole lot of benefit, but what we need is just the capacity
and the equipment.
Yes, like UNDP been helping, other organizations been helping, but what actually we need, we haven't reached there yet. But at least what we're producing before, we have come out a bit. Yeah, through the help of other institutions.
Yeah, but it's just you alone. I mean, Evergreen is just one of.
Yeah.
It's a whole discussion that you need to sit around the table. But the first step is to propose this idea. Have you done enough with that?
Yes, we've been doing that. We met with the city corporation. We have had meetings with even Pinsville City Corporation. We've been into that, but probably we'll be waiting for the right time to come. Yeah.
If you just joined us, you're listening to Economic Hour on ELBC Radio. This morning, my guest is Mr. John Smith, the CEO of Evergreen Recycling Institute in Painesville. Now, John, just apart from the production of diesel of fuel, what other benefits do you get from plaster waste?
Fine. You see, you can also produce thinner from plaster waste. You also produce.
You say produce what?
Thinner, the chemical the computer guys use on the wood to remove paint.
Okay.
Sometimes they put it in the paint to release the paint for painting.
Yeah.
Yes. So you also produce that.
So instead of that, now we're using gas. Yes. And we're not supposed to be using gas.
We're not supposed to be using gas. And that chemical comes from the number 6 plastic, which is a polystyrene foam. Plastic have a lot of value. You just need an idea, to be honest. So if even all of you who want to dive
it's a whole industry.
It's a whole industry. You see, so if now it don't just stop there. The chemical chain is really long. Let's be honest. So let me just give a simple scenario here. If you collect the polystyrene foam and then you turn it into thinner, and what happened? You're going to recycle the number 7 plastic, which is the miscellaneous plastics. Like for example, the rubber glass.
Yep.
Or the glass that comes with the Chinese light.
Yep.
Those are some example of miscellaneous plastics. So like sometimes the fan blade, the rubber fan blade, those are all miscellaneous plastics. So what happens if you crush those kind of plastics, you don't need to heat it anymore. The chemical you produce from the polystyrene foam just merges in the miscellaneous plastic into it. It will melt immediately. And when it melts, it gives you clear varnish. So you see, so meaning you produce 2 different materials to give you another product, and you produce another product from plastic to give you another. So meaning the polystyrene will be able to produce both varnish and thinner. Yes. And again, that particular varnish, it can be merged with wood dust to create furniture.
Okay.
Right. So there's a whole kind of change, a business opportunity in the plastic industry. So it is not only diesel fuel alone, you see. So that the roofing tile, like the pavement tiles, like the construction material, and sometimes you produce a whole lot of things from plastic waste. Yes.
I mean, sticking with these order, do you use the same equipment like what you have now to produce these things that you're talking about, apart from the fuel?
Yeah. So
or you need to procure another equipment for that particular one?
No, it is the same system. Like for example, once you want to break down plastic, you have to go through pyrolysis process. Yes. So for the polystyrene foam, which is the floater, the white floater, when you buy the electronic equipment appliances, you see that white something that protects it, right?
Yeah.
Light foam. Okay, that is what we call the polystyrene foam. So before you break that plastic down, it has to pass through the pyrolysis process. So once it passes through that process, it will produce liquid. Yes, and that liquid will be blended with a solid plastics, which is the miscellaneous plastics, to break down and then turn into a varnish, clear varnish. You see?
Wow.
So they have a lot of opportunity, to be honest.
So what's your advice now? Before we come to the advice, all this that we've talked about, what are the impact on the economy?
Yeah, the impact, like I just said, you'll be creating a circular economy in that platform. Let's say, because the entire recycling process will be creating circular economy. Let's say, for example, the end user, okay, the plastic producer going to produce the plastics, and then end user use it, and then they drop it down in the environment, and another person pick it up and then sell it to a recycling company, and the recycling company recycle it. It come back in the economy again. Yeah, where people will be benefiting from it, right? So meaning, as plastic is produced, it come back, it come again in
to another form.
Yes. So from the producer, it comes to the recyclers. From the recycler, it go back to consumer. So that is a whole cycle. So it benefits the economy a lot. And I can say it help when it comes to job creation.
Yeah.
Yes. So it also help low income earners to save on account.
Okay.
So what do that mean? If you were paying, let's say for example, I operating a video club.
Yeah.
I've been buying the number faucet fee for $800. So, and then I start buying the number faucet fee and start buying evergreen fuel.
Yeah.
For $600. So the $200
can go
difference,
elsewhere.
yeah, I can put it as Susu, right? Let's put it that way. Yeah, I can put it on my Susu card. So I will also be saving. And again, the money I made, the profit I made from the video club will be added to what I save from the field.
It's just like you have the white cat and the black cat.
Yeah.
If the two can catch the mouse, it really doesn't matter, whether it's black or white. If the DZ evergreen produces can make you run from here in your car from here Banga and come back without engine problem. And the one that you buy from Connex can also take you from here Banga and come back without any problem. But the one that evergreen produces is cheaper. So why not go for the one that evergreen produces?
Yeah, sure. And the opportunity we have, the advantage we have is that we are producing right here. We are getting the raw material locally, and the raw materials are available, so you don't have to make it expensive again. So that's benefit the economy too as well.
Yeah, and if you given that kind of opportunity to increase production, now you'll be under pressure to procure a more bigger equipment.
Sure.
To expand, and that way you will decentralize your production facilities.
Sure. So, like for example, you're going to the first thing, the targeted counties will be the populated counties.
Yeah.
Because the more population, the more waste.
Yeah.
So, like you see, Monserrado, you will get is it Magibi or Nima?
Yeah,
right?
Nimba is the second.
You get Nima,
Bong, Grand Bassa.
Yeah, Grand Bassa. So all those counties, you try to replicate the idea in those counties. And so many people in our county will also be getting job. Yeah, there'll be job creation, and people are going to benefit from the process.
And how many persons right now in your employ at Evergreen?
Yeah, we have like 15%.
15 persons.
Yeah. But first when we started, we were just like 7, 8, but the intervention of other, some here we got from UNTP and other people, it helped to have other people on board. Those are direct beneficiary.
Okay.
So those who are directing indirectly, I can say, okay, let's just say the scavengers too, because those are not employed with us. They are not directly with us.
Yeah.
So they bring their plus and
they are like
from them.
Contractors.
Yes, like
they are agents.
Yes. So those people, they are many.
Wow.
Yes. You see. So right now we're supposed to be collecting some plastic from even Grand Kidmont because of the beach. Yeah, the beach way. So
if the plastics are many, where do you store them? Do you have storage facility?
Yes. So what we did over the period of time is to procure a land for ourselves, like 1 acre, 1 lot. We did that because we need more space for storage, and we need more space again for production too as well. So we've been thinking, and God bless us, we're able to procure a place for ourselves. So we have space. We have enough space.
Wow.
Yes. And before we, the idea is good to the extent that people call off from Ghana to set up one there for them. So when Ghana we constructed, let's say we did some installation there in Mamfi, to be specific. So 1 ton capacity that is already there in Ghana. Yeah. So, and the people love the idea. So we in Liberia expect us to honestly take advantage of this opportunity. Yes.
Wow. I mean, it's a brilliant idea. So if you're listening to us, you're listening to Economic Hour on ELBC Radio. You can start to place your calls if you have some concerns for John concerning plastic waste, recycling plastic. You can call us on 080514096. 080514096 or 0770581886, and be live on Economic Hour right here on ELBC Radio. OKFM, Classic FM, Radio Banga, Super Bongis, and Radio Compa, all across the country. So, John, I mean, before I come to you, let's take this call first. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. What's the name?
I'm Johnson. Johnson David.
Okay, let's hear you.
I'm from Banga. Honestly, I'm following the program. Am I live?
Yeah, you live. Go ahead.
I'm following the program from Banga. I mean, it is a good thing. It is a whole lot of good things. Recently, it will help to reduce drastically the solid waste because these things are honestly affecting our environment, creating more harm to our environment. So that is a very brilliant idea for the Liberian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, endeavoring in such opportunity to employ more other young Liberians. It is a privilege anyway, and it's also an opportunity. And basically, I want to appreciate the young guy, my big brother, doing extremely well. I just hope and pray that he will try to cut across Liberia, more especially the Banga that I call from. It's a fair ticket. We have a lot of plastic around the street, the corner of Banga. I already appreciate it. Even you can start in Banga, but when I can get a connection with you, we can try to talk to other young people to pack the plastic and later on bring it to you in Tuesday. So you are very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. What's the name?
My name is Machiti William. I do join you from Kakata, Magiri County.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the topic of discussion. I'm following you. But I want to understand whether it will be extended in Magiri County to precisely to be Kakata.
Yeah, he has the mind to do that, but the support is needed.
Yeah. Then apart from the plastic, what about rubber dishes, rubber plastic chairs and stuff like that?
Yeah, he will speak to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep listening. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Gato E. Gato, and I joined this conversation from Bon County, to be precise. So I go down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you guys, thank you so much. You know, I've been thinking in the direction myself too. I have an organization, a newly established organization called Clean Liberia, where we especially we focus on plastic waste. We've been collecting no plastic, keeping them. But we've been thinking the direction about recycling. So here in this thing, it really made me to really be happy because we observe that plastic bag, it takes about 2,000 years plus to decompose. And plastic being in the community, it also causes a lot of problem for us. When it goes in the soil, it creates problem for the plants. When it stops behind the houses, it creates health problem too in the community. So here it is. I'm so happy to hear this from the studio guest.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how can we be able to partner with him when we are doing volunteer? We volunteer ourselves.
Do you clean? Do you only clean, or you have equipment to transform plastic?
We don't have equipment. We will take no plastic bag from the street, and we don't want to place it into a dump site. We stop by then in a special area.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So he will speak on the possibility of partnership and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just need a number, please.
Yeah, he will call.
Please help us with numbers.
Yeah, he will do that. Let's hear from this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine. What's the name?
I'm Ellington Community by calling from Bonat Farm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to find from our operator in studio there as to how he get his plastic, whether he got agents to be able to collect plastic for in the various communities that they can come and pick it up, because somehow we are interested.
Okay.
We can get our boys to do it, then we pack it somewhere they can come for it, because the plastic can go hard country in the community.
Okay. He will speak to that.
Okay then.
All right, thank you. Call us on 080514096. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, my brother in studio.
Yeah.
Say evergreen.
Yeah, evergreen.
Well, I want to take this time to tell you thank you very much as a Liberian. These are kind of things we need in this country, especially, with the idea that you have brought into this nation.
I think the government should look in that direction to really pump in money in that area so that, people can be employed and government will be, benefited from purchasing a whole lot of fuel oil with huge amount of money. I think if we go in a direction, it will be much better for us. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very, very much. And I'm we have a pickup. What I could encourage her to start collecting some plastic to give it to you people.
Yeah.
Maybe later on when I get her, I will get in contact with her.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. We can take this call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Roger Matale. I'm calling from the Golden Pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it ELBC?
Yeah, this is ELBC. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me appreciate the gentleman, man. He's offering a very brilliant and a very good idea that will give our city, Monrovia, and the rest of the cities around Liberia a beautiful facelift. But the question I have to do, where fund is coming from, I don't know how really we'll be able to address that question where. Okay. So what I want to do is I would have loved the city mayor to extend an invitation to him so that both of them can start to brainstorm, and if need be, he can inculcate this idea into the plan, if he ever have plans to clean the dirt out of the city, because the plastic is one of the major problems that is impeding, the cleaning of this city. Okay. And if the municipality he doesn't have it, I would love for the government to make some funding available now, because should he start that thing, he will get a lot of people that will volunteer, and some of us that are here will be willing to work with him, because the destiny of Monrovia is very, very bad. Even if you go on Broad Street, you will see that Monrovia is very dirty. I don't want to talk about red light. I don't want to talk about double road. And it is just the cost of the plastic that, like, according to one other guy, it takes about 2 years before it gets decayed. So let me applaud you, and I want you to make sure that you pay a visit to even the city mayor or PV, start from city mayor for a PV, and then you can send it to the city mayor of Monrovia, so that the both of you can work and get the guy from out of the country, and the other that I think will be very good. Thank you very much for affording me the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead.
Moses Summer calling from local community.
Yeah, you want to leave from the radio?
No, I said I'm Moses Summer calling from radio.
Okay, yeah, but you start the radio so you can walk your way small, because we're getting some terrible background. Yeah. Go ahead now.
I'm Moses Summer calling from local community. I just want to thank my brother in studios for the brief discussion. Honestly, it could really benefit us in the country. So most often the cities mostly get dirty from the plastic. So what I want to ask is, I don't know how we could get to the government to help, to at least help them produce or find a larger machine to make him produce more, so that even with the city go at least do a voluntary job, at least helping taking the plastic from the street and places somewhere where they will just come and pick it up. Mm-hmm. Because it's a brilliant idea.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We can take a call and go back to John. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning, Babli.
Yeah. Good morning.
Thanks for having me. I'm my Super Junior, and I joined the conversation from a resident in the community.
Yeah.
Well, good morning to your studio guests and to my friend following your show. I think this conversation is quite fascinating, and I have to call in to applaud your studio guests because they kind of put of some scientific initiative. The act of collecting plastic and then transforming them into fossil fuels. So what I think I want the government to do, because as I look at it, it can be an individual thing. I think don't have those materials. I think the government needs to get involved in it, see how they can. Even though the collection is going to help to clean the city, as for producing fuel for the government, I listen to him. He said if you wanted for them to produce initially gallons a month, if it works,
thank you, Emmanuel. You're kind of breaking. So yeah, John, you listen to the concerns. I mean, a lot of commendation, but particularly one of the thing that caught my eye is this partnership. Maybe you can look out for companies or NGOs like you involved with equipment, and you can have this merger, and have one big recycling company instead of having scatter with lower capacity.
Yes, yeah, you are right. So we've been working, on that. Like for example, like you see Green City, like we have other company called Ecoplast. So we've been working with a whole lot of NGOs. Let's just say those who are in the recycling area. But the fact remains that what we need, maybe all of us, we haven't meet that benchmark, especially when it comes to financial, capacity. So we are honestly working on that. We are partnership. In fact, what we are doing right now, like before, we used to collect our plastic ourselves, but we have other NGOs now. Like one of the callers from Banga who said they just have a newly established organization. They are collecting plastic. So we also have similar institutions like that in Liberia, in Monrovia here. We are partnering with them. So we don't buy plastics just for anybody at this moment. So we'll go through those NGOs that are already collecting, getting data on.
For them, they're not producing anything, they're just collecting.
Yeah, they're just collecting. So we deal directly with. They are also registered, because right now we want to deal with institutions that are registered to as well. So that will also help to give government some revenue to as well. So we are honestly working on that. And one of the concerns that one of the callers made was, if rubber dishes, gallons, and other stuff, they are all plastic. Yes, they are all plastics. Plastic is not just the weaker one that we use here. There's difference between plastic and rubber.
Okay.
Yeah, plastic comes from fossil fuel, and rubber comes from natural rubber trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, John. I mean, it's been an exhaustive discussion, but before we leave you, your parting comments, you can call your number. Then those interested in forming this partnership with you, then you can have the discussion afterwards.
Okay. So my number is 0776 261 258. And I can call it again, 0776 261 258. That is my number. And we are open to partnership. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's John Smith, the CEO of Evergreen Recycling Institute based in Painesville. He's been my guest on Economic Hour this morning. We've been talking about waste management and how plastic produces fossil fuel or diesel as well. My name is Vafle Kamara. You can join me next week. That is for another presentation of Economic Hour. This program is brought to you by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, and is relayed on other radio stations, including OKFM, Classic FM in Kakata, Magibi County, Radio Banga Super Bongis in Bangabong County, and Radio Gompa in Ganta, Nimba County.